welcome to Would I Lie to You? This is the show where we sort the fact from the fiction. Leading Team 1 over here tonight. He's a stylish dresser, a culture vulture, and a genuine good cook. Snap him up, ladies, before he realises he's not interested in you. It's Jesse Mulligan. And on Jesse's team tonight, he kept David Bain's wardrobe alive while Bain was in prison. It's Guy Williams. And she's a member of the New Zealand Order of Merit, the only person of merit ever to join Jesse Mulligan's team. It's Bernice. Now, leading the opposing team tonight, he's paraphrasing Justin Timberlake and bringing skinny back. It's John Bridges. And on John's team tonight, his style is flamboyant, often outrageous, occasionally shocking. Basically, he dresses the way I talk. Colin Mathura-Jeffrey. And he's a cartoonist, a columnist, a satirist, and author of The Daylight Atheist. Pretty much, if it ends in an est, it's probably Tom Scott. All right, to our first round, Home Truths, where our panellists each read out a statement from the card in front of them. Now, to make things just a little harder, they have never seen the card before, so they have no idea what they're going to be faced with. It's up to the opposing team to sort out the truth from the lies. And we'll start, Colin, with you.
I have my own private army in Mumbai.
His own private army offshore.
What for?
Defence.
How many in this army?
Oh, I actually wouldn't know the exact number. It's in India, so a lot, I'm sure.
More than 12?
Yes.
So bigger than the New Zealand army.
Yes.
If someone went up to them on the street and said, "Are you in Colin Mathura-Jeffrey's army?" they would say...
Yes. I would say that...
How would they say it?
Yes. Bang, bang.
Which is why they would always use show hands.
Jazz hands. I would say that the captain would know, and the rest fall in line. It's more, I guess it's a secret of the army,
Are they
mate.
more of a fan club?
Well, I think it's both, really. It's an army and a fan club.
Do they have weapons?
Yes, they do.
Is one of those weapons withering criticism?
Piercing stares. Great hair.
Are you the only person they're defending?
No.
Who's the others?
The people of Mumbai.
Colin, how did you come to have your own private army in Mumbai?
I was driving in a car. In India, you have a car and a driver, and I was working there as a fashion model. And this car just stopped in front, and we slammed in the back. And this chubby little Indian boy hops out. He must have been about 10 or 11, and ran around. And the driver, they swapped because the little kid was driving. And we went to the police station, and I sat there, and the captain said, "You, who are you?" And I said, "I'm an international fashion model." And I had my portfolio and opened it up.
Because you would never leave your portfolio at the scene of an accident.
No. And then all of a sudden he believed what had happened because this little kid was lying, and he believed us. And then I had to, in order for it to just be squashed, I had to come the next day and have photos with the families of the police officers and everything, and then...
I think that's a great use of fame, by the way, to get a child put into jail.
Especially a little fat child.
You can't get out until you can slip through the bars.
Well, they said to me, "These people are your own private army."
Racist?
I would never have said that. The time has come to make your mind up.
I haven't really been listening to this one.
That could help you.
But I am going to go with true.
I think true.
We all think it's true.
Unanimous decision. They all think it's true. Colin?
It is true.
Yes, Colin has his own private army. If you can call a band of men in hot pants brandishing hairdryers an army. Let's move on now. Bernice.
On my first day as a netball commentator, I swallowed a fly and couldn't speak for 25 minutes.
Must have been a big fly.
No, one of those small, I call them midgies. I don't know if that's a technical term, Tom.
If anyone's going to know, it's going to be Tom.
Did someone go, I don't know why she swallowed a fly, perhaps she'll die? Did you later on open your throat and swallow a goat?
Not the old woman that lives in a shoe.
Okay, all right.
So where did it happen?
Yeah, I was in makeup. Yeah, and I was taking a big breath to tell a story, actually, in makeup.
And how did you break this news to the rest of the commentary team and your bosses?
I could still convey that to them.
With mime.
Was there a hospitality table beforehand, and you'd gone and had some like raw carrot or celery or something before you went into the makeup room?
Are you suggesting that might have attracted the fly into her mouth?
As a former vet student, it sounds to me like an allergic reaction.
I like to think Tom here is kind of the science guy, do you know what I mean? And he gets to the real scientific nub of each question and gets to a point where he loses all of us, so he could in fact be making all this up, and we're like, oh, Tom's amazing.
I don't know about this one. What do you think, Tom?
I don't believe the fly, but it could have been an allergic response to something she ate, so I would say it could possibly be true.
So not only are you telling whether it's true or false, you're also diagnosing her. It's quite good.
I think it's the truth.
I'm going to go with the team. We think it's true.
All right, they think it's true, Bernice.
It is a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. She once went into labour during a commentary, but kept going for the money. That is true, isn't it, Bernice?
Possibly.
Tom.
I was given a surprising gift from the Dalai Lama's spiritual advisor.
Goodness me.
That would have come as quite a surprise.
I'm surprised the Dalai Lama has a spiritual advisor, because isn't he the embodiment of all that is holy? It's like Jesus having a guy saying, you know...
He said, Father, why hast thou forsaken me? See, he, on the cross, had moments of doubt and pain, so...
Yeah, but see, you know these things much better than I do. I was just trying to think of an example, but you've shown me out.
Is it a physical gift?
Well, it's a physical gift, but it has spiritual elements and qualities to it.
Both.
Was it one? Was the gift rubbing your head and telling it to grow? Because if someone's spiritual enough, has a word in the right place, you know what I mean?
Tom, can I be bold enough to say what was the gift?
It's something that he made, and his feces were dried on a high platform under the blazing Tibetan sky, and then they were rolled into tiny pellets. And those pellets were wrapped up in very silky paper and beautiful little envelopes, really quite beautifully done.
Hershey's Kisses.
So he gave you his own poo?
It wasn't just any old poo, it was a Rinpoche poo. A Rinpoche is the name of a head abbot at a monastery. He's sort of like the Tibetan equivalent of a pope.
You can always spot them. They're the ones pooing on a drying rack.
Whereabouts were you in the world when you got the gift?
I was high on a... high on double-strength Ovaltine. And we were on the wall of a valley in the Solukhumbu.
And we're sorry?
You heard him.
I know. I'm sorry, Tom. The
We were in a remote valley in the Himalayas.
And a guy came up to you and said, I'm pretty holy, would you like some poo?
Try this, it's the shit.
People love handmade gifts these days. You buy so much stuff off the shelf.
All right, Jesse, it is a tricky one.
You guys are in trouble. I think you'd agree. Because if this is a lie, he has gone to the edge. You know what I mean?
Quite tough. Bernice, what do you think?
I'm going to go with a lie.
I'm going with a lie as well.
Paul, we think it's a lie about the present.
They're unanimous, Tom. You're lying.
It is true.
Yes, It's true, and I feel, Tom, we all owe you an apology. We are clearly
Would
far
you like an
beneath your
explanation of
intellect.
how I got them?
Yes.
I was making a doco on Sir Edmund Hillary, and we went up to see this guy who has a monastery right on the border between Nepal and Tibet, and he gave Ed a little packet of his own dry droppings. It was a great honour, apparently, to receive them.
All right. I feel guilty laughing at that now that I know. Now that I know Sir Edmund Hillary was involved in picking up poo as well. And at the end of that round, Jesse's team are inching ahead, 73 points to 60. Join us after the break when we'll be playing This Is My. Welcome back to Would I Lie to You? Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. Now, this week, each of Jesse's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection. It's up to John's team to spot who's telling the truth from the lie. Please welcome this week's special guest, Jess. Welcome, Jess. Good to have you here. All right, we'll start with you, Guy. Who is Jess?
This is Jess. She used to hide my pamphlets that I was supposed to deliver on my run for me.
Jessie.
This is Jess. She taught me to swim at the age of 35.
Bernice.
This is Jessica. She was my body double for a trial PlayStation game, a netball PlayStation game.
Okay, Bernice, well, can you stand up so we can see how your bodies compare?
Can we see a move that you had to do?
Or maybe just a pass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you do it? At the same time?
Remember, it's for PlayStation.
Put your left foot in, put your left foot in, and left foot out. Now shake it all about. All right, this is getting good. Yeah. Okay, so when did this game come out?
It was about 4 years ago, I think. Yeah.
And what was it called?
I don't know if it had anything other than netball.
Netball.
Hugely successful, obviously.
It was all in the font.
Oh, well, good.
What was the age band on the game?
Age ban.
You know, like 8 to 12 or...
With small objects getting stuck in your nose.
8 to 12 is the age band for New Zealand's Next Top Model.
So how much money do they pay you, Bernice, to allow somebody else to play you in the PlayStation game of the sport that you played?
I can't disclose that, John.
Because it's fake or because you're... Let's go on to Jessie. Jessie, can you remind us what Jess had to do with you?
Yeah, Jess taught me how to swim at the age of 35.
What did you wear?
Togs.
What did you wear?
That's Colin's first question for everything.
Absolutely.
When did you first realise that you wanted to learn to swim?
After he saw her, obviously.
Well, I think that everyone should learn to swim.
But you hadn't thought that till you were 35?
At school, I had a swim coach that said, there's nothing I can do for you, you're a sinker. And I thought that was... just me.
I don't know if that's a recommended coaching technique, is it?
Well, it didn't do a lot for my confidence.
That was his maths teacher, though.
Has this been successful? Can you now swim?
I can, but I don't.
Were there one-on-one lessons, or you were part of a class?
Yeah, all the other ones were 6 and 4 and 5, and then there's Big Jessie.
Yeah, I would go to that and say, gee, this is going to be tough this week, isn't it?
Which part of the pool did you swim in?
There's a kids' pool and there's an adults' pool, and I started in the kids' pool because it was warmer. And then...
There's a reason for that.
After a few weeks...
How does one start a swimming lesson to 35? How did you actually start the process?
I called Parnell Baths and said, have you got anyone there? And I said, can you send some headshots through? And this is the one I chose.
Should we move on?
Yep.
Can you remind us what your outrageous lie was?
Well, I used to do a paper run, like...
Circulars.
Junk mail, basically. And, I didn't like doing it, so I gave them to Jess and she disposed of them.
She had a business disposing of pamphlets?
And how much did you pay her to dispose of?
$2. I can't actually remember, but yeah, 2 or 3.
How old were you?
Standard 4, how old does that make me, I think?
10.
10. Well, that's quite fast.
15 in Paul's case.
I'm not even going to look.
How old was she?
What were you? Oh, you can't talk. Standard, younger, 2 or 3, I don't know.
So you involved a younger child in some sort of illegal pamphlet dumping operation.
Yes, and it worked brilliantly.
Do you know where she
And
was
I'd do
putting
it again if it wasn't for those meddling kids.
Well,
All right,
I think
team.
we've heard enough.
Who's telling the truth?
Colin, what do you reckon?
Stop staring at me.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing, isn't it? Feels like he's looking into your soul.
Do you have a name for it?
You work it out.
Scary.
Don't give it to me, I'm on your team. Don't spray that around, man. Don't point it at me.
I've got a name for it, lecherous pirate.
You weren't saying that in the changing room.
Yeah.
I think Guy's telling the truth.
You think Guy is?
Yeah.
I go with the paper run myself.
I really think it's Jesse. No, let's go with the team. I'm going to go with the team. It's a team game. We're going to say the truth speaker is Guy.
Democracy has ruled over here. Jess, would you like to reveal your true identity?
My name's Jess, and I taught Jessie to swim at the age of 35.
Yes, fantastic. And those on John's team were wondering whether there were younger people present at the time. As it happens, we have a photograph of Jessie with the younger people present at the time. Join us after the break for Quick Fire. Welcome back to Would I Lie to You? Our final round is Quick Fire, where our panellists lie not only through their teeth, but against the clock. And again, they don't know if they're about to read out something that is true, a true fact about themselves, or a made-up fact that they have never seen in their lives before. Colin.
I have the largest collection of Wonder Woman memorabilia in New Zealand.
Wow.
Are you New Zealand's only Wonder Woman?
Yeah,
Possibly.
do you get bidding battles on Trade Me for that, special headband?
Yeah. I know how to do it as well. At the last second, you put $1,000 down. Boom.
Even if it's like only at $4, you blow them out of the water.
What was Wonder Woman's special power?
She was really strong.
Yeah, she also she flew in an invisible jet, which I always thought was just because they couldn't afford a jet.
What's Wonder Woman's real name?
Diana.
Diana.
Princess
Woman.
Diana. Diana Woman. She's a princess. Princess Diana.
And who played Wonder Woman? I'm just trying to remember.
Linda Carter.
And what is your most prized possession?
Invisible plane set that you can... and it has the pylons and she flies around.
Could I buy an invisible plane for my child? We're all sold out. There's stacks of them.
All right, well, I think the decision time has come.
We think it's a lie.
It's the truth. I've even got Wonder Woman knickers on. I'll show you.
I will confirm whether or not these are, in fact, Wonder Woman knickers.
Paul's going to take one for the team. Are they?
They are. Now, Bernice Meni.
To avoid domestics, I've had to ban Scrabble from the house.
Who would these fights be between?
Dion, my husband, and myself.
By the way, when she says my husband Dion Nash, former Black Cap, so I read the women's magazines.
Again, nothing to be proud of. Dion Nash is, of course. He's a lovely, good catch. Good catch.
Thank you.
Nice. So, Bernice, talk us through how the game escalates from fun afternoon at home to fight.
Both of us like to think we're pretty good at most games, and then with Scrabble, I think I was probably always better.
So, hang on, both of you think you're good at games, and yet Dion was in the Black Caps.
And to be honest, Silver Ferns, always in the final against Australia, even though not really any other country play netball, but still. So I think if anyone's going to be better than games in the household, it's going to be Bernice.
Give me an example of the worst kind of altercation you've had during a game of Scrabble.
probably the worst would be throwing of Scrabble pieces at each other. Yeah, and then not cleaning up.
Give me an example.
Not cleaning up.
Things are pretty wild.
Cleaning up the
People
Scrabble.
hate that.
Just say.
And then sort of sleep, not talking until possibly the following day to each other, sleeping back to back.
Okay, if you really are good at Scrabble, how many points on a J?
Is that 5?
How many points? No. How many points on a K?
Or is K 5?
You're not asking the questions.
It has been a long time since I have seen that Scrabble set.
The thing is, you don't need to memorise the points on the tiles, John, because they're on the tile. You know what I mean? They don't say, OK, Bernice, Minnie, welcome to the Silver Ferns game. First of all, how long is the court? You know what I mean?
It's time to make a decision.
We're going to say it's a lie.
It is true.
Guy Williams, your turn.
Position.
If you'd like to rifle around for it now.
This is my razor collection. I have one of each kind on the market so that I can shop around for the razor specials.
All right, so Guy is claiming that is his entire razor collection.
Whole range.
This is brilliant. Without looking at them to get a clue, just tell us what the brands are.
Well, I've got Gillette Mac 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
And then Schick 4 and 5. Plus the, this is the Hydro trimmer. And this weird one that I got overseas, which is like my overseas razor.
Why so many different types?
No matter what razor head is on special,
Excuse me, no matter
I can take advantage of that special.
what? No matter what.
You're gayer than me.
No matter which
Colin,
razor
that
head
is
is
a
on
lie.
special, I can take advantage of that special.
So you go to the supermarket, you don't even care what kind you're getting, you just look up, you look for the yellow tag, and you just grab that and you go home and you know that it's going to fit.
Yes, it is a genius plan, which falls down due to the fact that they never discount razor heads.
Which is your favourite?
My favourite is Schick Hydro 5, I think it's called.
You do have a very nice, clean shave today, can I say, Guy?
Thank you very much.
But you also have the face of a 6-year-old, so...
It's time to make a decision.
I think it's probably true.
I think it's a lie.
I'm going to go with Tom over here on this one. Wisdom over...
Whatever it is.
We think this is disturbingly true.
It is true.
Yes!
Good work.
We got one.
Well, that sound signals the end of the show, and I can reveal that Jesse's team have won with an extremely respectable and slightly unbelievable 200 points. Of course, it's not just a team game, and my individual liar of the week is Colin Mathura Jeffrey. Because being wealthy, successful, and ridiculously good-looking just isn't enough for some people. Have a brilliant night. Good night.
Thanks, New Zealand On Air. Let's meet some more liars next week.